Kay.
I'm Amanda.
And we're your hosts of We Got Ish to Say,
an Everyday Vibe podcast.
We just wanted to drop in and say thank you so much for tuning into the show, and we wanted to invite you to our free community.
Hey, an everyday vibe, because y'all know we a vibe.
Period, Amanda. In this community, you have access to other viewers and you get to connect with them. And you also get a free newsletter that gives you updates and shares our affiliate links.
Fire! And on top of that, we've created another level of the community. We realized that when we created this and started things, we wanted to build a community. We wanted to have conversation full of value, tips, tricks, and just help each other out.
We're
stronger together. So in the subscription community, you get all of what Kay just mentioned. On top of that, you get behind the scenes. Obviously, there's things that are cut out of these interviews. They are way too long. You get us being us in our everyday life. And remember, we're brand owners, so there's photo shoots. You get behind the scenes of photo shoots that we do for our brands and really see what's coming up next.
Damn!
Outside of that, there's also live Q&A sessions with our guests after interviews where you get to ask any other questions that you personally have to go deeper, right? We're trying to grow. We're trying to get out here and be stronger together. So you get to ask them and connect with them so that way you have more resources and you get access to our exclusive offers, secrets that maybe other people don't know, but we're going to drop them for y'all, and so much more.
So much more. Don't miss out to be a part of the paid community because Amanda just listed a ton of stuff. So make sure you guys tap that link below to join our community.
Love you. See you on the other side.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back to another episode of
We Got Ish to Say, an Everyday
Vibe podcast.
See, I'm big energy today. Amanda, like...
Well, I'm your host, Amanda.
I'm your host, Kay.
And as you can see, today we have a guest. We love guest episodes around
Brandy.
here.
Ladies, hello.
This is our guest, Brandy, someone who is near and dear to my heart. She is like a sister to me. At this point, she is a sister. I don't know if blood can make us any tighter. She's also my accountability partner, someone I tap in with and check in with every day. And yeah, I just love her to death. And so, we had to bring her through and introduce her to our audience. So, Brandy, who are you?
Amanda and Kay, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me on your podcast. We Got Ish to Say. I love that title. Did you want me to introduce myself?
Yeah.
Of course. Please.
Okay.
So who you are.
So who am I? My name is Brandy. My name is Brandy Davis. I was born in Inglewood, California. I grew up in Windsor Hills. And what do I do? I am a classically trained pianist. I am a mom. I am a 9-to-5er. I am a business owner. I am a friend. I just take it back a little bit. For those who don't know, I teach piano to beginners, starting from the ages 4 and up. So 4 all the way through adults. If you're a beginner, if you never played piano before, I'm your girl. If you played your piano before, but you left it, you forgot it, I'm your girl. I am a...
Yes, roll it out, girl. Roll it out. All the hats.
I'm an executor. I am all those things. And
I am really excited to have you on the show, Brandy. It is Women's History Month, so we're really excited. We're filling up our month of March with all women everything. So this is completely dedicated to all the women entrepreneurs, mothers, and now songstress, like pianists. Like you don't know what to expect. We got some great questions for you, but also some mini laughs.
Awesome. I love it.
So you're a mom of how many?
So I have 2 monsters.
They're so cute.
2 human monsters. They're adorable. They're good looking, wonderful children who test my patience and allow, it's a challenge to just have to learn how to navigate motherhood. I don't know if you have children, but when you first have a child, when you give birth to a child, you feel like you can do anything. You can take on the world, right? And then it's just these different seasons. And so I have an 8-year-old and I have a 3-year-old who is she's like the smartest. They're both smart, but she is like the most smartest, amazing, bossiest. You talk about the baby boss. Is there a movie Baby Boss? The
Yes,
cartoon Baby
boss
Boss.
Yeah.
baby.
Is the boss
Yep.
baby? Yes.
So
Oh
she
my
like
gosh.
you.
I guess
Correct.
so, but I'm like, dang, was I like that at 3? Because it's too much for me. It is way too much for me. But yes, they're adorable. They challenge me to be my best self. I'm not a perfect person, a perfect mom at all, but it allows me to see where I can make myself better and being patient with little ones. Obviously, and I work with kids too, so there's a different level. There's a level of patience there. But when you're a mom, you have your own. It's a whole nother ball game. So they challenge me in that aspect. I love them to death, but I can't wait till they grow up. I honestly cannot wait till they grow up. I'm trying to teach these little ones to be the best citizens they can be, give them everything I could give them so that they can be successful in their own life, in their own worlds, and take over the world. And so, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do with these little ones.
I know that's right. And obviously they have like the greatest example watching you do it yourself, because like you literally are a go-getter. You will do it, you will figure it out no matter what obstacle comes, what challenge. You're going to push through, you're going to figure it out. So they have the greatest example, which is a blessing in itself, because you'll be like, what, I saw my mom do that, that's easy.
And that's something you say that I appreciate you saying that. Thank you, because kids don't really see that. Kids really just want your time and they want to play. And oftentimes I am that go-getter. I am executing because it's just me. I was married, but now I'm no longer in that space. And so I have to do a lot of things on my own. And my time is challenged between, work, other responsibilities, right? And then spending time with the kids. And so I try to make sure that I carve that time, but obviously I do want more time and they want more time. But there comes a challenge with, being that. So I hope that as they grow older, they begin to understand. And like my 8-year-old, I try to explain to him and let him understand, or hope he understands what's going on, so that they can, so they won't feel, slighted in any way. And so, because it is a challenge, just one parent, majority of the time, tending to the kids. So, but my goal is obviously I want to give them all my time. So when I can do that, that's when I know I've kind of reached a level of success. So hopefully they understand that. So thank you, Amanda.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm just in there.
Right. I mean, that's the thing too. Like, kids pick up things that we don't realize that they pick up. Because even me, just reflecting on like the past and whatnot, it was like I didn't, maybe in that moment that's not what I saw or recognized. But as I got older, it's like, hold on now, like wait a minute, like my mom did that. So yeah,
for real. Like that's when you become like your parent's friend at that point, when you really understand the sacrifices that it takes to be a parent. So that's amazing. And it seems like, Brandy, you're an amazing parent. It seems like you really get it. Like you said, like spend time, but also I have to do what I have to do as a parent to you all of me, but still like tell you what's going on. So it seems like you get that. And your kids, they are very smart. So that they get a parent, but also a teacher. So it's like that balance is. I also taught kids for a little bit of time. I don't have kids, but the type of patience you gotta have and understanding, it's on a whole nother level. And I used to get like a little frustrated with my parents because I was like, I understood as a kid, but I just felt like they didn't get it a lot. And so teaching kids, and you start to see like the patterns and the behavior, you're like, if only somebody understood and talked and just like listened and things like that, like. But then at the same time, you're like, well, my parents did the best that they could with what they had. But it just seems like you get it. And that's amazing. Do you do music with them? Do you already teach them piano?
So great question. So my son was my first student. Okay. So
wow.
My very, very first student. So let me just take it back. So before I started, it was back in 2019, right before COVID hit. I decided once I had my daughter, I wanted to spend more time and be at home with the kids, obviously. And so I was like, what am I going to do? What can I do? I got this piano sitting right here. And I played it, but I wasn't really playing it because I was being mommy and I was tending to other things. And so music is my passion, so I got to use my gifts. So I was like, so I started searching for a curriculum. I knew I said I could teach. Who can I teach? What level will I teach? And I was like, okay, I can teach beginners. Okay. So I started researching and I found a curriculum. And my son was my very first student. He was my guinea pig. And he allowed me to, he wanted to do it. So it's not like I forced him. And that's one thing I don't like to do. I don't like to force my kids. I want to make sure they want to do what they want to do. Because one, I'm not going to waste my money if you don't want to do it. And two, I'm not going to waste my time if you don't want to do it, or my energy. And so he wanted to do it. And so I put him at the piano and we went through the whole process of him even like revealing what curriculum I'm going to do, just the whole journey of starting the business. He was a part of that. So, so, you know, we set him up for lessons. I had him register because I had to test my systems.
Right.
Had to test my Google form system and make sure everything's working appropriately because whatever I was using now, I was going to implement into the business. This was the start of the business. And so, you know, I had him registered, put his form in, got him all hyped up. You got to register now. You want to be in piano lessons? I asked him. Like, yes, mommy, you know, whatever he said at that time. And then got him started. We had his lesson day. And he knew to come at a certain time. And so he did that. He came and I sat him at the piano and we started walking through the process of learning to play piano. And he did that for about, I don't know, I think he did, how long did he do? He did maybe 10 weeks. We started with 10 weeks.
Wow.
Right? Yeah, because each book is like, it's 10 lessons. So I think he did 10 weeks. And then I think we continued because he got to the second book where they started to write their numbers and do other things. So he did at least, I would say he at least did a half a year, right? A half a year.
That's amazing.
Of lessons. And yeah, so to answer your question, yes, I do teach or have taught my kids, my son being the first, obviously. So he knows the black keys. And sometimes he comes around and plays Hot Cross Buns. You know, that's one of his first songs he learned, that most kids learn. And then I have my two-year-old, well, now 3-year-old. She just comes and plays by ear. Like, she just comes and plays.
Wow.
So she sees me doing my lessons, and she just comes and like, Mommy, are you doing your lessons? You know. And she comes, anytime I sit here, she comes and sits here. Mm-hmm. And I have recordings of her just sitting and playing with me. So I'm just playing random chords and she's just playing. And because she's playing the right keys, it sounds good, right? But she just sits and plays. And she'll come and grab a book off the shelf, put it up here and just do her own lesson. And just be playing and singing. She loves to play and sing. Yeah.
That is
so yes.
Fantastic.
My kids, yes, I have taught them. And would like to continue teaching them as long as they desire. I try to be strict a little bit, say you gotta have music, but you know,
how it was in your household. You gotta have music.
Well, see, but I grew up in a musical family, and I was drawn to it. Like my grandfather, he kind of I just gravitated naturally to it. It was just a natural thing for me. But I think for my daughter, it's a little more natural. For my son, it's intriguing, but he has a bigger interest in like technology, gaming, robotics, and things like that. Although he does love music because he has a voice, he doesn't even know it. But I hear him singing in the back of the car.
I love that.
I hear him singing around the house. He'll be singing in the shower. I'm like, you singing? He don't even know I'm listening.
Wow.
So they have these hidden talents that I don't think he realizes, but maybe as he gets older, he does have music class, you know, it's elementary school. And he sung, you know, for the Christmas program and things like that. So they're exposed. I should say that. They have the exposure. And whether they're going to move forward with it professionally or as a hobby, we'll see. But definitely my daughter, like, I could see her because she's just running, taking off with it at a young age.
Yeah. At 2 years old, 3 years old. Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Next little Alicia Keys over there.
Okay.
Yeah, she's singing and dancing and playing over here. That's what she loves. And she can draw. Anyway.
Wow.
I love that.
Talented.
Yeah. Big brain. She got an arts brain. What brain? I forgot which side of your brain is that creative side, but yeah, that side be flaring. I love it.
Yeah.
I think that's the right side. Right side is creative.
Yeah, I think so.
Left side is more logical. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. I love that.
When did you first start playing music?
Oh my goodness. I started playing, my first instrument was violin. So I started playing in the 3rd grade. I started with violin and then I started singing at 8 in the choir. I was all shy. I was, you know, I knew I could sing. I think everybody knew I could sing. And then I was, you know, in the choir, you can sit in the background a little bit. I was an alto. So
she
was. When
they gave her a couple leads,
you got
a couple leads.
Yes. My lead, somebody knew I could sing. That's like, who gonna lead this song? and they picked me, or
Yep.
somebody picked me. I don't know. Maybe I'll raise my hand. I don't know, but I was shy. I was scared, and I got up to the organist, and they was teaching me the words, and I started singing it. And when I sung it that first Sunday, they wanted me to sing every single Sunday.
Yep. Every time we sang that song, it was her song now.
Yeah, so I started when I was 8 with an instrument, and obviously violin and my voice, because I was in the choir. And then back in the day, and I'm sorry if you hear any background noise. There's some noise in the background.
Yes, okay.
And then they took music out of grade school, so I had a little break. And Grandma was like, "What you want to do?" I was like, "Well, I want to learn to play piano." So at 12, my great grandmother invested in a piano, which I still have to this day, and I've been playing ever since.
That is amazing.
I've been playing ever since. Yes. And then as you get older, you gotta you go to school, life happens, things happen, you go to college, you work. You may not play as much, but it's always been here for me. Like I can always go back to it. Like I never forgot it. But once I learned how to read, I always knew how to read. It was a matter of just now practicing more, applying more to sound better or play better.
Right. I love that. And so with that, because obviously, like, as a mom, you said you wanted to also have more time for your kids. So a lot of times you hear that now and it's like, okay, so automatically you kind of want to be an entrepreneur because that means you're your own boss, right? And so did you always know that in order to be an entrepreneur, you wanted to tie it into music, or did that just happen to be like, I'm already good at this, let me just use this and run with it?
Oh, great question. I didn't know I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship never came across my mind. But now that I think back, my grandmother is an entrepreneur. Like, I'm like, wow, my grandfather's actually an entrepreneur. And my grandfather was too, because he was an entertainer. But I didn't really tie that into like recently, like now that you asked this question. Because when I went to, as I was growing up, my grandparents, because I was raised by my grandparents, were like, what do you want to do? What do you want to be? And back then I wanted to be a journalist. I wanted to be a surgical technician. I wanted to work, these different things. Wow. And also, I wanted to sing a little bit, but I didn't have the confidence back then, even though I started a little girl group.
What
a little girl group called Indigo, because that was our favorite color, blue. Indigo. Me and my best friend. Me and my best friend. Shout out to my best friend. If she ever sees this, Georgette, she's my best friend, Georgie. If she ever sees this, she may not. But yes, we had a girl group. She was soprano, I was alto. Anyway, let me take it back. That. So let me keep it going. I'm like, all these little stories coming out of this question, right? But no, I never knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. My parents were like, what do you want to be? I was like, well, I guess I'll be I don't know, wasn't a doctor, maybe a nurse or something. I wanted to be surgical tech. So I went to school, studied health science. So no, I never knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I knew I was going to get a job, a good paying job. And back in the day, it was like, be a doctor, be a lawyer, be a whatever, right? Something that is prestigious, prestigious role or whatever that pays the bills and whatever. Success. That was kind of like the successful jobs, I guess. Or you could always have a job in those fields, right? Medical, you always have a job. So it's like picking something that will always have a job in, wouldn't, fear not having work. So no, I never wanted to be an entrepreneur. It wasn't until, more recently that even realized that was an option. I think more as time has changed and you start seeing these different people become successful doing the things that they love. It's like, oh, wow, they're doing the things they love. Oh, they're an entrepreneur. Oh, they have their own business. Okay. How can I do that? Right. And it wasn't until I had my kids and I realized I didn't own my own time that I was like, yeah, I want to have more freedom on my own time. I don't want to have to request for time off. I don't want to have to, be on someone else's watch. I don't want to exchange time for money time for money. Is like, so it's like,
we got you, girl.
Yeah. Money for time, right? Time for money. So yeah. It wasn't until I had my kids like, you know what, I want to be with them. I want to have more control, more freedom, more flexibility. When I said, yes, I want to be an entrepreneur, that I knew that was an option for me now. Yeah. I didn't realize it was an option back then. Yeah.
Yeah. And so when that clicked, so let's, being an entrepreneur in itself is like a lot, right? Like it's a job, low key. But yes, it does provide you more freedom. So was music like your first go-to? Like you automatically knew it was going to be music? Okay. Yeah. Because I was that was I'm an entrepreneur and I had no idea.
Yeah. So yes. Yeah. It had to be music because it had to be something that I love. Like music is my passion. Like it runs through my blood. It keeps me alive. It is my lifeline. Like I listen to music
I love that.
if I can listen to music all day, I listen to it when I'm working. I listen to it when I'm cleaning. I listen to it whatever.
Same.
It feeds me. It fuels me.
Mm-hmm.
Music is tied to emotion and expression, and it gives you a certain feeling, and it just always makes me feel it makes you feel good. It makes you feel sad. It makes tears come down. Whatever. And music doesn't make me angry, but angry music makes me feel like, when I say angry music, I'm talking about like that like hip hop is like, you know what I mean?
It has a certain beat or aggression behind it. Yeah,
like you can do anything, right? So it gives you this. It's an outlet.
Yeah, and
it allows me to just do and be what I need to be. So yes, it always has been music, never nothing else. And there are other things that I'm doing, like I'm writing now. I didn't know I was going to be an author, but yes, music has always been music. To answer your question, it would have never been nothing else. Whether I'm going to be playing, whether I'm going to come out with an album, whether I'm be singing, performing, it's always going to be music.
I know that's right.
Me. That's what I love. I could do it for free. If I had to do it for free, I'll do it for free. That's something I could do for free. Like they said, if there's something you could do, what would you do? So
exactly. I was like, that's the question that they present to people.
Mm-hmm. What's the proverb you were gonna say? If you could do it for free, you can what?
Oh, if there was anything I wanted to do right for the rest of my life, and I would do it for free, what would it be? It would be music. It would be teaching it. It would be singing. It would be performing. It would be music.
Oh, I thought you had like a proverb or like a saying that you were saying about doing.
No, I know that. No, there is. I know there is a saying, and I'm not sure if I had the words correctly. But there's always a question like, what would you do if you could do it for free? When you're choosing, what you're gonna do as an entrepreneur, if you could do it for free, was that something that you would do?
Right.
And this is it. Music is it. Yeah.
I hear that question a lot for entrepreneurs, or when it's represented to people like, well, what do you want to do? Like that's almost the question now, compared to like, okay, what do you want to do? Here's the list of careers. It's always like, if you could do it for free, what would you do? Because they always say too, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. So it's exactly all of that. Like it's your passion. So
I doesn't feel like work at all. The only part that they feel like work is the administrative part, obviously, right?
Yeah,
to run your business. But even that, like when you get in there, it's like it's fun. It feels good. I'm like, oh man, look what I did! I got this many students. This one is playing successfully, and it's just there's so many fulfilling parts of being in my business. There's so many fulfilling parts for me. So yeah, this is it. It's music.
I love that.
Yeah, I love that too. It's just so important to us to talk about the passion that you put into entrepreneurship, because right now so many people think it's like, oh, like the new wave where it's like trendy, but like really people that want to be entrepreneurs, they literally put their passion, blood, sweat, and tears into these businesses with like really high hopes, and it comes only from passion, because you have to do some off the wall, unexpected things, pivot. And I'm so glad that, Brandy, you said it so perfectly. When you started to realize that you didn't want to exchange your time for your money, it kind of like drove you to go all into this passion, saying, if I can do this for free, and if I put in extra effort, I can make money. And then who knows, the sky's the limit. So I'm just so glad that you just said that again. A lot of our guests have been saying that too about what we've been talking about. And I know entrepreneurship is like really important to a lot of people. So guys, just remember, like if you're really thinking about being an entrepreneur and it's like something that you cannot stop thinking about when you wake up in the morning, or something you can't stop thinking about when you go to bed, like maybe that's where you need to put your time. And I know it's scary to be like, oh my gosh, like I got a job, but like time for money, either you're going to put more time in to do something that's going to really like put you in a different spot, or you're going to continue to exchange your time for your money. But which one would you do it for, your business or for a person's business, I should say.
Right.
But yeah, that's just my little piece on entrepreneurship, because it's hard, but that passion it don't stop kicking you in the gut. You think about it every single day. So that's what's going to continue to drive it.
And to piggyback off what you just said, like I mentioned earlier when I introduced myself, I'm also a 9 to 5er. So
Yes.
I still work a 9 to 5 as I'm transitioning, right? I'm transitioning to be full-time entrepreneur, but understand there's a level of sacrifice. It's difficult being a mom and I'm a 9 to 5er,
Yes.
and still trying to work a business. So there's a level of dedication, commitment, focus that I had to have for myself. So whoever, is trying to pursue this entrepreneurship, right? But you're still over here in this 9 to 5. Understand that it's going to come with sacrificing, putting in the time, more hours. So like, yes, I have my 9 to 5, but then I was working maybe at the top of the day doing stuff for the business, or at the bottom of the day doing stuff for the business, all while still juggling doing stuff for my family. So if you want it, if the passion is there, and yes, I was thinking about it all the time. Like it was always in my mind, music. And well, I still had to do all these other things. So I know I had to keep pursuing it until I could get to the point where I could eventually transition out fully, right, from the 9 to 5. So I just want to encourage anybody listening, like you said, to BK, put in that sacrifice, that work, that time, and then know that it's not going to be easy. But if you have the passion, if you love what it is that you want to do as an entrepreneur, then it's going to be all worth it.
And I would add to that too, like your community is everything.
Hey guys, I'm Kay.
I'm Amanda.
And we're your hosts of We Got Ish to Say,
an Everyday Vibe podcast.
We just wanted to drop in and say thank you so much for tuning into the show. And we wanted to invite you to our free community.
Hey, an Everyday Vibe, because y'all know we a vibe.
Period, Amanda. In this community, you have access to other viewers and you get to connect with them. And you also get a free newsletter that gives you updates and shares our affiliate links.
Fire! And on top of that, we've created another level of the community. We realized that when we created this and started things, we wanted to build a community. We wanted to have conversation full of value, tips, tricks, and just help each other out.
We're
stronger together. So in the subscription community, you get all of what Kay just mentioned. On top of that, you get behind the scenes. Obviously, there's things that are cut out of these interviews. They are way too long. You get us being us in our everyday life. And remember, we're brand owners, so there's photo shoots. You get behind the scenes of photo shoots that we do for our brands and really see what's coming up next.
Damn!
Outside of that, there's also live Q&A sessions with our guests after interviews where you get to ask any other questions that you personally have to go deeper, right? We're trying to grow. We're trying to get out here and be stronger together. So you get to ask them and connect with them so that way you have more resources and you get access to our exclusive offers, secrets that maybe other people don't know, but we're going to drop them for y'all, and so much more.
So much more. Don't miss out to be a part of the paid community because Amanda just listed a ton of stuff. So make sure you guys tap that link below to join our community.
Love you. See you on the other side. Sometimes, like Brandy just said too, like the sacrifice, right? Like sometimes you have to sacrifice some of your relationships and friendships and the things that you do because that time has to be reallocated. And like, even with her as a mom, right? And she's talking about the balance between your business and then like being there for your kids and having to give them more time. Like right now, I mean, like they're younger, so maybe she can sacrifice a little bit more time because like, okay, I'm trying to build something right now while you're still young, but I know like when you get older, I don't know, y'all could be in sports and ballet and doing performing arts, and then I'm gonna have to sacrifice business hours to be with you. And so that's completely fine, but it's always an exchange. Like there's always an exchange happening. And so community is huge too. Like sometimes you got to be able to really talk to your community and let them know what's going on so if people can support you in it, like hold me accountable. Like, no, if I haven't put this many hours in my business, don't let me go out on Friday night. Like I can't do that. I just can't do that. Like, so let your friends know. I mean, like I said in the beginning, Brandy's my accountability partner. Like I check in, let her know what I did or didn't get done. She be having to get me straight sometime because I'd be a mess. But like, but that's what you need. You need community and you need support around you. So make sure your community's tight too. Be real and raw with people when you're trying to build, because it will take some sacrifice and some changes. You will end up showing up as a different person and they'll be like, who are you?
Absolutely.
Yep.
And so Brandy, you've built a really successful business now because you have how many students do you have now?
Oh Lord, I have 21.
Yeah.
21 students in my community, and I obviously have a goal. I'm getting there. Still growing, so still accepting students. So anyone following me, you looking for a teacher, please connect with me. My goal is 38. So yeah.
Yes. Okay,
Almost there.
on the way.
There.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes. And community has definitely been a I'm not sure the word I want to use, but has been the place where it has, where I've gotten the support that I needed and helped me to grow to where I am today. Accountability, with Amanda and with others in another community I'm a part of, Action Takers community. So yeah, it all ties in. Good community though. Good community.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not your
Actually,
homegirl. Not your
right.
homegirl. Not your homeboy. It's gonna be like, it's okay. You got tomorrow. Nope. You might not have tomorrow.
No.
So,
Correct. Absolutely correct. And yeah, actually all of us have been a part of the Action Takers community. I think me and Kay are probably in trouble because we're not in there right now. But
Yeah.
you better get in there.
I need to get back.
We have all been a
I
part of
really
that
do.
community, and it's truly changed. It's been a game changer. So yeah, good community, like Brandy said, not just anybody.
You know, one.
Oh,
Oh, sorry, Amanda.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, okay.
It's something that that coach had said the first in person class he did. What I realized is that everybody's not gonna do everything when I say do it, but I hope that when you do it, you do it. And I was like, okay, and it made a lot of sense to me. And I remember on a few episodes ago, I was telling Amanda like, it's a lot going on. Like, I'm starting to get back to whatever. Like, I'm trying to refocus, but it stays with me. And I just remember, like, okay, like, of course, everybody's time is not going to be the same. But the thing is actually just getting it in when it comes. Like, don't just, like, be like, okay, I know I could do this, like, later. It's like, if it's here, do it. And so right now I'm back in that space, and I'm just like, continue to remember Coach words. Like, he did say not everybody's gonna do exactly what he say do when he say do it, but just make sure you do it. And I'm just like, okay, later, no, not right now, no, like right now, yes. Right now, yes. And I was just telling somebody the other day that I needed to do something, and they were like, why are you keep saying like you made a commitment? Like, where is that coming from? And I'm like, because I made a commitment. So if I can't keep my commitment to myself, how the hell I'm going to keep a commitment to something else? And so just like Amanda was saying, like, you start to see a different you show up. And I'm like, yes, different me, come into the room. Because
yes. You gotta show up. Yes.
You better come through.
Yeah, you guys have been coming through. I see y'all. I know I'm the guest, but I see y'all. Y'all been coming through. And shout out to, I know we keep saying coach, but shout out to, I have to give a shout out to Brendan Boyd.
Yes.
With the Action Takers community. He's a mentor and podcasting coach. So if anybody's looking to join the Action Takers community, click my link. I got a link as I'm an affiliate in my bio on my Instagram.
Brandy has a link. We're gonna make sure we put that below.
Action Takers community. That's how you talk about taking action now. Like, he really enforces imperfect action, which has helped me. Yeah. We also want to be perfect. We think everything got to be right. What do they say? Dot your I's and cross your T's, and everything got to be exactly right. You got to have the right colors before you go live. Your hair got to be done. I mean, I know we women. Yes. We want to look a certain way. They want to be a certain aesthetic about ourselves. We don't want to have ashy lips and, crust in our eyes and things like that.
Yeah.
But once you get all that cleaned up and come on and show yourself up, show up and take the action. You may not know what's going to happen right away, what's going to happen next, but as you take these steps, things start to reveal themselves and unfold. And then it's like, oh, and you just start to move closer and closer and closer to your goal. So, So back to what Kay is saying, taking that action now, making that commitment to yourself first is so important. I mean, who else you said making it for? It's supposed to be for you first. So, I applaud you for recognizing that, and I love that statement that you said. I forgot about that, but yeah. Take action. If you don't take action now, hopefully you take it later. Whatever you said. For me, once I get the information, I gotta take it now. Cause like me, I'm a mom. I'm working. If I don't do it now, once I take them notes, it's like, okay, when am I gonna implement this tomorrow? No, not even tomorrow. Right now, where can I put this? And then I just go.
Cause like you said, it's with your business. It's not like it's a sacrifice. So it's important. So it's urgent. It's now.
Create those habits.
Yep.
Create those habits.
So since we're talking about taking action, what are like, let's say the last 2 actions you took to take you to the next level? Yep.
Right. Oh yeah.
Brandy.
Okay. So to be honest, I just signed up for another program to get one-on-one coaching to help get help with my business. So because it's just me, honestly, and I've been moving, even though I've been moving fast, it appears I've been moving fast. I've been moving at a good pace, but I'm not moving fast enough because I'm by myself. And so now I have a one-on-one coach who I'm going to work, and they're going to help me grow my business. So I get to meet with them every week, in addition to my, my Action Takers community, and in addition to the other message master program I'm in. I get this one-on-one coaching. So I'm going to get help every week to level up in my business. So I'm excited.
I love that.
I
Congratulations.
I invested in that. So and it takes an investment. You got to invest in yourself. So, this is not just somebody just saying, hey, I'm going to help you. I had to invest, money in the programs to get help. So I did that. And then you said 2 things. What else did I do? That's the most recent thing I did. And I don't know if I did anything else. Every day I just got to recommit to myself. That's the only thing I have to do. Every day I got to commit to myself to do something on my list, even when I'm tired, even when I don't feel like it. There's moments I have to sit, you got to have the relax time, recharge time, so you can get the ideas so things can flow. But for the most part, I have, just recommitting to myself every day, at least doing 3 things to help me level up or move forward.
Right.
Or take, those, at least doing 3 things a day that helps me take action. That's taking action, just doing those 3 things. So,
right.
Yeah,
and I was going to say,
every day in business. Yeah.
I was going to say, can you talk about that a little bit? Like taking time for you, or like even like getting in that mode, because definitely as entrepreneurs, I just think as people, especially if you live in California, I know we have viewers from everywhere. New York, y'all been showing up, but y'all are just as busy as us. So, hey, but like we really get in that like go, 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 go mode. Right. And so I know I'm very guilty of like, what is me time? What is like self-care? I don't know what that is. And so I am blessed. I do have a community where you and Kay, you guys are both very much about like listening to your bodies and meditation and like getting it together. And so both of you, I have to like, y'all just get me together sometime. But what does that look like? Like how do you do that as a mom and an entrepreneur and everything else? Like how do you take time for you and make that work? What does that look like? Because most of us don't do that. We don't even know how to schedule that in to an already crazy schedule.
That's why so many of us having these breakdowns, because we don't know how to schedule it in. So that's where it goes back to me. So for me, I would say when my daughter was probably 1, almost 1, I was feeling a lot of overwhelm. I was feeling my body, I was like getting sick, like anxious and just overwhelmed. And I would feel sick to my stomach. I would start my day and I would do my work day. And then by 5 o'clock every single day, my body would shut down. I would feel myself still like shortness of breath, like trying to catch my breath, trying to breathe, going to the bathroom, feeling sick. And so I was like, what is going on? Even my chest hurting, just a lot of different things, especially like it was right when COVID hit, right when, there was a lot of tension, in the streets with, with things that were going on between the police and black people and things like that at that time. So there was a lot of stress going on. I think Kobe had passed, a whole bunch of stuff was going on. And I was just feeling a lot of overwhelm at that time. I could just feel it in my body. Went to the doctor and everything came back clear, EKG, everything was normal. Like, you need to rest. I was stressing out. So that forced me to have to realize what I needed to do. So, I met with a therapist. I did some therapy. Also met with someone the therapist actually helped me to realize how to breathe. So breathing, I had to learn how to breathe. You're talking about what this looks like. This self-care for me looked like this. Finding coping mechanisms or ways in which I could help myself function through the day, because I was doing a lot. I was being a mom. I was working my business. I was taking care of home, cooking, cleaning, whatever. I was just doing everything. And I just felt like a brick on me, just weighing me down, right? In the form of overwhelm and anxiety. So I had to learn how to breathe, where I was doing, breathing in deep breaths, holding for 4, and then letting out, letting out for 4, breathing,
Yep.
holding for 4. I even had to learn how to just kind of ground myself, like sit still, barefoot, sit on the ground, close my eyes, imagine myself, planted in the ground and tree roots of trees coming out of my feet, like just seeing that, picturing that, just kind of grounding myself, right? And just picturing like a place of, peace or enjoyment, just starting to visualize those different things. That's where it started. Because I had to learn how to control that anxiety, that feeling of just being out of control, and my thoughts running too in my head. Everything I had to do, whatever's going on, and how I was feeling at that time, whether I was unhappy or not, and all these different thoughts, whatever. So just learning how to get control of that, and then gradually just doing that regularly. Anytime I will feel that type of feeling over me, just knowing that this is when I need to sit down. This is when I need to take a break. My body is telling me that I need a break. So self-care for me, it was realizing and recognizing, paying attention enough to my body to say, hey, it's time to sit down.
Right.
That's the first thing. And then realizing, okay, in addition to that, what else can I do? Maybe I'll go up, do a beach day. So forcing myself to stop all the busy work, because yes, I'm busy, because yes, my mind is running. I want to be successful. I want to get this business off the ground, right? I still have family to take care of, but let me go to the beach and recharge for an hour or two, so I can come back and feel refreshed. And then I can really go again. So you just have to, for me, I had to stop myself and make myself do these things, or else I would probably be in the ground. And that's not funny, but I'm laughing.
No, absolutely. No, because that's real. That is real.
Yeah. So just taking the moments, you have to carve in that time. Put it on your calendar. Put it on there and say, Sunday is my self-care day. I'm not going to do nothing. And then also being a woman, like if we go, it puts us in this, you hear a lot of people talking about masculine energy and feminine energy. We all have both masculine and feminine energy. So when we're in go mode, we're in this masculine space. But I want to be more in a feminine space. So like learning what that looks like. So that means getting more in tune with myself, recognizing what I need by listening to my body, and then taking that time to sit down and do those mindless activities. That's self-care too. Do things like coloring, or going to do a sip and paint, or going to just sit on the beach and journal, or whatever. So I had to say, if I want to be this type of person, then I need to do these type of things, which forces me to put myself in the self-care space, so I can be that type of person, that better person, that better woman. I know this is Women History Month, so that better woman.
Yeah.
Right. So
absolutely.
I said a lot to say. Carve it out. Put it on your calendar. Make sure you're aware, right? Pay attention to yourself, and then do those things that you love. And if you don't even know what you love, do things so you can find out what you love.
Yes, absolutely. I was gonna say no. That wasn't a lot. We needed that breakdown.
Sure, I'm surprised I said all that.
That's good.
But I'm just talking. I'm just sharing.
That's what we talk about.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like Kay will give you a breakdown like that too, and be like, "Look, people."
That's exactly what I had to do, Brandy, and I'm still like, that's when I was talking about like time and when it's time, is because that's what I'm going through right now. I'm still going through it because it's a lot. Like I have a lot of stuff going on, like my job. Like I'm trying to do my best, and I mean, I struggle with anxiety. And so it's something that me is getting worse as I get older. But even when I was a teenager, I would struggle. So now it's like balancing. And I'm like, I don't want to take no meds. Like I'm good. Like let me take some stuff off the plate. Like let me move it around. But yeah, that's what we talk about. And I just be telling Amanda, because when you first experience what it feels like to have like a panic attack, it's like never ever not shows its face again. It will come up, whether it take 5 years, 10, and I'm back at that point where I'm like, it's been 5 years since I had a panic attack. I need to clear my plate. And it's gradually, now it's like, okay, it used to be like once a year. Now I'm like, okay, I had one in October. What we doing? So definitely scheduling in that time and doing any and everything that makes you feel free. You can breathe. That 4x4, oh my God. I think it's like you breathe 4, you hold 4, and then you release 4. Yep. And that's like, and you can do 7. You could do 4 or 7, and it's just, just breathing. Because right now, like, honestly, I don't think we know how to breathe for real, for real. Like,
No,
I don't think we be breathing
absolutely
enough.
not.
You know,
I
like,
know I don't. People
get
tell
some
me all the time.
rest.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're taking these
I don't
short
breathe.
breaths. We gotta breathe, and we gotta breathe from our diaphragm and not from our chest. We're supposed to breathe from here. You know, your
Yeah.
stomach's supposed to go, you know, up and down. So yeah, we don't breathe. We over here.
Uh-huh. Is it
We're
the air
not
quality?
breathing.
Wait a
You know?
minute.
And cause we going.
Yeah.
You know, what I gotta do next? You know.
Yep.
So,
What I gotta do
yeah.
next.
Yeah.
This is making me think about our good friend Dr. Chandra. Guys, we're gonna try and get her on the podcast because apparently we all need to know how to breathe. So we're gonna call Dr. Chandra so she can give us all a lesson, and y'all can rewatch it anytime you need to. Because Lord, I know I don't know how to breathe. So yeah,
And anxiety and stress. She be hitting the points.
Absolutely.
look, she got it covered. Yeah,
Bring the whole community in.
exactly.
Exactly.
No, but that's good. That's really good. And so through obviously all of your techniques and what you've learned to do for you and to make it through, like, where are you at now? What are you working on? Like, what's next? What's happening in Brandy's world of I'm a mom, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm making it happen. Like, what's happening?
So where am I at? I feel good. I feel good.
Yeah.
I'll say that. I
That's
haven't had
amazing.
any anxiety and overwhelm in a while. But when I do feel like I need a moment, I do in the mornings I do like to breathe to get my day started, you know. But I haven't had that, so I feel good. That's why I wanted to make sure I say that I feel good. That's where I'm at. I feel good in my mind, in my spirit, in my heart, in my soul. I feel really good.
Yes.
I'm at a place where I feel fulfillment. I know what success looks like for me. It's not really about money. It's more about being fulfilled.
Yes.
And so what I'm doing, what I have been doing has been very fulfilling for me. So I do feel successful. Obviously there's levels to this and I'm looking to grow and have these other goals, but I definitely feel good. I feel at peace and I'm happy. But what do I have going on? I have a lot going on. I am an author. I just released the pre-sale of my second, number 2, my second ebook. The ebook is called Broken Keys. Broken Keys.
I love it.
What is it? Broken Keys, where I unlock 3 strategies that I use to help other piano teachers, others who work in music, because there's, you know, music, there's all different kind of things you can do with music, help you level up in your business, you know, making anywhere from 5 to 10K in your business. So it's called Broken Keys. It's on my, you can go to my Instagram at Brandy's Piano Studio and click the link in my bio and you can grab your book there. It's available now for pre-sale. It's only $47. So please grab that. If you know anyone who's in business of teaching music, please send them my way. Also, I have in addition to that book, I have something called the Piano Business Accelerator. So in addition to the book, I can coach you through and walk you through developing and growing your business, showing you the same strategies I use to grow my business. So that's an option as well. If you don't just want the book, you can get a chance to work with me through the Piano Accelerator program, and obviously hit me on Instagram to connect with me for that. And I also have slots available for my students. I'm looking for adult beginner students. I have a program there as well as my young beginner students. So if you're looking to learn to play the piano, please connect with me there. And I think that's it. I think that's it for now.
That's it. That was a lot.
That was a lot.
That is a lot. So we're gonna also add coach to your
record. Yes. So now I'm a piano, instead of piano teacher, I've changed it to piano coach. So that way you get teaching and coach, right? So
I love that.
I won't say business coach, but I've been saying piano coach, you know. So yes, coach.
I love that. I mean, we love to say how, like, now people are saying titles, they don't like titles, but I think when you certain verbiage like teacher, coach, like that, they have totally 2 different like meanings and visions when people think about the words. So I think that's really inspiring, and that's amazing that you are thriving in your business and you have taken on this like sense of power and ownership of your music, and you're putting it towards your passion, and you're teaching kids one of the most amazing arts in the world, and that's music.
Yeah,
because everybody can hear it. It's not no race, it's not no color, it's not no prejudice, nothing. It's literally like beautiful notes that, you know, we all can hear and well, not we are sorry, I was gonna say see, but we all can hear, yeah, that we all can hear, and that's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only we can hear it, and we can feel it. So those who can't necessarily hear, they can feel the music, because there's still some people that cannot hear. So it's a feeling, and everyone gets a chance to experience that. And the saying that music is a universal language is facts. It is definitely universal language all across the world, no matter what you look like. Everybody, people just loving all types of music, all genres of music. Music is amazing and amazing.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. I'm so happy for being here. I mean, I don't know. Was that it?
Yeah. No, I was gonna say, I was like, yes, thank you for being here, Brandy. Thank you for all the nuggets that you dropped and telling us about you, letting us into your life and your world. I feel like it's a level up. You went from teacher to coach. Like, that is a level up. So congratulations to you for continuously just bossing up and taking, whether it's imperfect action or strategic action, all the actions that are needed to make it happen for you and your family. Because I'm telling you, the gems and the trail that you were blazing for them, they are absolutely going to pick it up and run with it. Because look, sometimes you trade a little bit now for a bigger reward later, and yeah, it's a blessing. I've watched you grow. Like, I'm like your little sister, and I'm looking up to you. Like, okay, I'm catching up. Like, let me catch the wind. Let me catch the wind behind her. Hold on. So I'm so proud of you.
Well, I appreciate it so much. Like, I wish, like, we don't really see ourselves sometimes. I'm like, I wish I could really see myself. I can look back like, yeah, okay, but I didn't really see myself. So I really lean on everyone who seen me. Just let me know how it's going over here for me. But no, I really appreciate that. And like I said, definitely a pleasure to be on your podcast. We got ish to say. I hope we said enough ish for y'all. I hope the ish we said has been inspiring, encouraging, and uplifting, and that you can take away something from this episode today. So thank you all. I love you, Kay. I love you, Amanda. And I know I'm going to see y'all soon, and I'm probably going to talk to you in a minute.
Right, that part. That part right there. So tell everybody one more time where they can find you, and we'll have it in the bio, of course, as well. But yeah, let them know one more time where they can find you and all that you got going on.
All right, so everyone, you can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, on I even have my website. So let me start over. Instagram and Facebook at Brandy's Piano Studio. And then I have my website. It's brandyplayskeys.com. And I'm on Twitter, but not so much. Okay, so Instagram is where you can find me at Brandy's Piano Studio. And like I mentioned, I'm an author, musician, classically trained pianist, piano teacher, piano coach. If you want to connect with me on how to grow your piano business, you can find me on Instagram. Or if you want to learn how to play piano, find me on Instagram. So at Brandy's Piano Studio on Instagram is probably the best place to find me. Thank you.
Love that. So yes, you guys, please make sure you go tap in with her. Check out all that she has going on. All of her content and videos. She be teaching us how to identify our keys and everything else we need, because Lord knows I can't play piano. But I've learned. Yeah. I was like, she has workshops, y'all. I tapped into a workshop, and I swear I know how to identify my keys now, though. So, hey, you can learn something real quick. Just tap in.
Tap in.
And of course, you can find me and Kay at Kay. Where can they find you at?
They can find me at I Am Sade Brand on Instagram. And for sunglasses for everyday people, you can find us at Everyday People World on Instagram and everydaypeopleworld.com to shop.
Hey, of course, y'all can find me at smile_4_Amanda, or for the brand Love Vibes, LOV.vibes, or the website www.lovevibes.com. And you can always find both of us doing something ridiculous. Kay's always trying to make me dance. Like, we just be following stuff, whatever. You can find us at Instagram and TikTok at We Got Ish to Say Pod. If you're on Twitter, we be tweeting. You can find us at We Got Ish to Say Pod 2, the number 2, not TO. And other than that, thanks for tapping into another episode. Thank you again, Brandy. And we will see y'all next time.
Bye.